Tit Jam is a week-long parkour event held in Colorado Springs where all of us are camping out in the wilderness, just having a good time, and also donating to the Breast Cancer Foundation with backflips.
The community and the environment and the feeling of it all. It was like being around your family 24/7. Those dreams you have of moving into houses right next to your best friends, it becomes a reality for a week.
I feel like the parkour and freerunning community in general is a really accepting community, and at Tit Jam it's even more. Everyone there is just free to share their feelings and talk and discuss, and you're able to do that without being judged. Everyone, it's just a lot of love.
So the experience at camp, it's kind of like everyone's all in this one person's backyard that's like a forest, and people are setting up tents, hammocks, and you know, it's really interesting. Everyone's really compact and just walking around, and it's very social.
The campsite is super awesome just being there. There's just a bunch of athletes everywhere and hammocks and tents. A bunch of athletes will just come up, start training, start talking, start having discussions, and it's just a whole big place of fun times and memories.
We love you! Love you too, whoever that was. Welcome to Jumpfest 2017. Woo!
Sometimes the very first jams, you have these really incredible athletes doing all sorts of crazy things that you have never seen in person. For example, the last 2 years, the very first things that anyone was doing was on this little log just out in the campsite, and people are just going ham on that, and that's kind of like our first little jam experience, and that's kind of how we like open up to each other. Is we're like, oh, that guy's doing flips, I'm gonna do some flips, and it's like you already find something you have in common, and you go on from there. That was really close.
Yeah, it was.
So Manitou is the first jam spot. That's the most intimidating one. You arrive there and people are already hucking double side flips off this little ramp in a line. I remember the first year I came was 2015, and that was what everyone was doing, and I was like, wow, I feel like nothing right now. You know, I feel like kind of everyone who comes their first time feels that to a certain extent, and so that's one thing I really like about Tit Jam is that first big appearance. It's first intimidating, and then you have the rest of the week to live with these people. looking at that double con gainer that Alfred did 3 years before that. And I was like, you know, that would be really cool if I did that. I'm not going to hold myself accountable to doing that, but if I feel it, there's no reason why I shouldn't go for it.
That's like real close. Okay.
Going between Cottonwood and Manitou, I had a lot of different experiences, and I was expecting to get there and have this problem with jealousy of seeing people that were so much better than me and like wanting to sit back and not train. But as I got there, I realized that instead I could just watch these people and learn from that. And because of that, I had the greatest time, and I realized that everybody started feeling that same way.
The competition is always a blast.
So Tit Jam has helped me a lot with my success in competitions because it was my first one. It's just such a great learning experience, and I ended up taking 3rd place. And then the year after that, I was very injured and I wasn't feeling well. I was about to pass out a lot of times, but I ended up placing 2nd, pushing through really hard.
The competition was freaking awesome. It was amazing because it was my first competition to ever participate in.
At first, I was very nervous, and I had no idea what I was going to do for the longest time. But then, lucky for me, a huge rainstorm hit. And so I got to go back to camp and replan my line and talk to my friends, see what they thought would be best to put into it. The only downside to that is we had to go back at 7 in the morning the next day, and we had to set everything up as fast as we could into our runs. And so, but even through it all, everybody is cheering you on. And you realize throughout all of the course and everything that it's you against the course. You're not going against anyone else.
While I was up there, I started feeling the same as I felt last year. I felt like I was going to pass out. It was pretty intense, and you know, I just like right before I went, just tried to zone out. Just gave a big smile and knew it was whatever was going to happen was going to happen, and then I went. And then halfway through my run, I did a cast gainer, and my feet clipped to the bar. And in my head, I thought that I was going to land upside down. Like it was so scary, and somehow it was like I was lifted or something by some guardian angel, but I ended up landing feet first.
That was total improv at the end
and after that it was like they called the score, and it was the highest score that anyone had gotten.
On the stage of Utah, and the new national champion with the highest score of 86.25 points, Caleb Shea!
And I ended up taking first place for the first time, and you know, just like the previous year, like I look back and see how far I've come, and you know, think about where I'd be right now if it weren't for parkour. And both of those times I got very emotional and started like sobbing and stuff. But yeah, it's really cool to think about. Yeah, competitions at Tit Jam are great.
An idea that Tit Jam really strengthened in me is just the fact that everyone starts somewhere, but we're all just people. We can all just come together and have a lot of fun, and can be accepted, and that's what's so great about parkour.
It really just amplifies what this sport is about, the reason why I got into this sport in the first place, and just inspires me to keep doing what I love and inspire other people.
Really kind of just helps open your perspective on life in general, and just kind of helping you get through life, whether it's through parkour or not. Just Tit Jam all together just shows you that there still are good people in the world.
Okay, big thing I need to mention, and I feel like everyone knows and feels in their hearts. A big thank you to Justin and Gretchen and everyone involved with Tit Jam, everyone who cooked for us, everyone who let us use their grounds and property, everyone who did everything just to help people out. Thank you to everyone. Tit Jam is freaking awesome.